I told Carlos that I'm sorry, I don't know how you're gonna react to this. I'm your mom and you're my son, and I am falling in love with him. He said, "Are you really?" I said, "Yes, I am." He said, "You know what? I was scared to let you know too. I am too." He was too, falling in love with me, with his mom, and I was falling in love with my son. And then we ended up talking, and we took off to the park, and we ended up asked him, "Will you ever date your mom?" And he said, "Will you date your son?" I said, "Honest truth, yes, I would. Because 19 years, you're the best thing that ever happened to me, and I really want to be with you the rest of my life." And I really want to be with them. It's kind of hard right now, but I don't care what people say, because we're going through a lot right now. We try to keep it a secret, but we couldn't do it no more, because, you know, my other kids found out. At first, they didn't like it. Then they started liking it. They're accepting it. And my mom, my dad, my brothers, my family's accepting it now. This girl found out. So it's across the street from me, and there's a big old fight started. And she called me. She told my son Joseph something and let me know across the street. And she told me I better watch my back, because I'm being incest. I'm not being incest. And she was outside cussing me out, so I went and go get everybody out of my house, and she got her family. But first, the cops at the hospital, the cops took pictures of where we got cut, sliced, and after that, we came home, took a shower and stuff. Then we sat back, and when I broke down crying, I told Carlos, what we're going to do is going to hit all over the world. I said, there ain't no way I can leave you. And he said, don't worry, I'm going to still be with you, no matter through thick and thin. And that's what we're going through right now, through the thick. And I'm gonna still be with him. I have to. I'm going to have to, because there ain't no. If I get out of prison, and if he don't get sentenced, if I get in prison, if I get out, I will move out of Clovis, and I will get a state that will accept us in it. I've been going through a lot on the streets.
She belongs to the streets.
In the public. And it's kind of hard, because it's public record here in Clovis. They can find out where I live and stuff. And this is going through a lot. And I really can't go to the store. I can't go public. I can't see my other kids. I can't see him. They call me, I'm sick. I'm incest. And it hurts a lot. And you know what I mean? It messes with my mind a lot.
All I can say is just wow. That was probably one of the most disturbing, if not the most disturbing videos I've ever seen online. What I find crazy is this mother pursued her own son, and most likely probably groomed him from an early age. But then when people find out about her own romantic relationship with her son and they shame her, she feels like she's the victim in the end, when they wouldn't be going through any of this in the first place if she was mentally healthy and didn't have emotional, and then now what we're seeing, physical incest with her son. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about why some women experience emotional incest with their sons. With so many women dealing with emotional trauma from their childhood, which carries over into adulthood when they're looking for a partner, a lot of times we see these single mothers develop this emotional, almost incest-like relationship with their sons, because these single mothers continue to sleep and date unhealthy men. Now they feel the need to have that biological urge to settle down with something. So what's the closest thing to me that can't escape? That's something I raised, my son. And in addition to that, he's the easiest to manipulate because he depends on me for income, resources, and most likely that son unfortunately has never had a father figure, so the mother's become the father figure, so he has no guidance in his life to know what's right and wrong. So women like this are able to easily manipulate their weaker minded sons into son husband like relationships. Because if you take one look at this woman, she looks dirty. She has tattoos on her face. She doesn't really take care of her health. She's a little bit overweight. She looks tired in her face. So she's had a rough upbringing. A woman like this has to realize no men are going to take her serious because of how she looks and what she's done with her life in the past. I can almost guarantee she dealt with the bad boy types when she was in her 20s and 30s. Those men impregnated her and then they left. And now no good man is going to go put on his cape and go save the day for her. So instead she gets in a relationship with her own son. So with no further ado, let's talk about why some women experience emotional incest with their sons. The first reason is single mothers and unhappily married women sometimes place their romantic fantasies on their sons and condition their sons to fulfill them. Yes, I know this is pretty sick. And unfortunately, stories like this, because of the culture we live in, are becoming more and more popular. And this is becoming more widely accepted as we move away from traditional values. The second reason is just as sick, and it's because when the son grows up and becomes older and he starts to grow into his adult body, he resembles the ex or the man that impregnated that mother. I can almost guarantee you that this kid resembles his father in some ways, just because that's how DNA works. You look a little bit like your mother in some ways, you look a little bit like your father in other ways. And your attitude, your quirks that make you different, they resemble your father as well. So you're probably asking yourself, what are some signs that a mother is experiencing emotional incest? I'm going to give you guys some of the signs that you can look out for if you feel like you might have experienced emotional incest with your mother or a woman that has raised you. The first sign is she asks her son personal questions about his intimacy life. She wants the nitty-gritty details. She asks you if you're sleeping with anyone. She asks you where you're doing it. She asks you what you're doing when you do it. All these personal, private details should not be discussed with a mother, and a mother that's asking this is showing clear signs of emotional incest. The second sign is the mother doesn't approve of anyone her son dates. This is because a mother that's like this wants full control of you, and if another woman gets in the way of that, she is not going to like that woman. Therefore, when you bring women around her, she never likes them because she realizes that she doesn't want to lose her power with you that she's had since you were younger. And this new girlfriend or the girl you're talking to, she poses a threat to her. And the third sign is a lack of overall boundaries. This means she's constantly asking about his whereabouts, rummaging through his stuff, trying to look for things, going through his room when he's not looking, going through his car, whatever other personal items he has, etc. She's basically treating you as a son like a jealous girlfriend because she still wants to make sure that you're in her frame and you're not deviating off with some other woman that can emotionally control you or manipulate you. And she's testing the water like a jealous girlfriend to see if you're talking to anyone else because she wants to be the only woman that is dominant in your life. So the best advice I can give you guys if you feel like you're dealing with a mother that has emotional incest with you or someone you know is you need to keep your distance, number one. Keep your personal life a secret, avoid one-on-one time, and be direct and stand up for yourself whenever you feel uncomfortable. So hopefully this video taught you something. It was informative, insightful. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to drop a like, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Have a good one. Let me know your thoughts.